This is 7 National News, and in our top story, 2 new ministers have been inducted into the UAE cabinet after a minor reshuffle, which was approved by the UAE President, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan. According to news agency WAM, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, announced the shuffle, the 3rd to the 7th cabinet formed in 2006. Hussein bin Ibrahim Al Hamadi becomes the new Minister of Education, and Sultan bin Saeed Al Badi takes over as the new Minister of Justice. Al Hamadi takes over the Education Ministry from Humaid Mohammed Obed Al Khatami, while Al Badi replaces Dr. Hadef Juan Al Deheri. The Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan Foundation is set to launch the Zayed Humanitarian Workday, which coincides with the 19th day of Ramadan, which is next Sunday. The initiative was launched by the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who named Humanitarian Workday after the UAE's founding father, the late Sheikh Zayed. On the occasion, the foundation will hold a press conference to shed light on its activities, with the participation of a number of government and private institutions and organisations. Off the back of this, the Ministry of Education has launched a humanitarian campaign in honour of the late Sheikh Zayed to make young Emiratis aware of the country's traditions and values. The campaign will encourage pupils to visit the sick and the elderly, as well as help poor families. Officials are urging the youth to get involved in meaningful initiatives that strengthen national identity, promote volunteer work and human services, and pay tribute to the memory of the late Sheikh Zayed. The Dubai Charity Association has distributed the Ramadan ration to 15,000 families inside of the country at a total cost of 2 million dirhams. According to news agency WAM, the gesture comes in light of the association's Ramadan campaign to distribute the Ramadan ration to underprivileged families under the slogan Ramadan Al-Care. Ahmed Mesmar, the General Secretary of the Dubai Charity Association, said that they launched the campaign before the holy month of Ramadan to communicate with philanthropists and donors to support families in need, as well as the Society's charitable and humanitarian programmes, both inside and outside of the country. He also added that the association will dispatch Zakat al-Fitr in cash for beneficiaries before Eid al-Fitr, which includes clothing. Additionally, the Emirates Red Crescent Authority has distributed over 60,000 clothes to underprivileged children in Malaysia. The gesture is a part of the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's Dress 1 Million Children in Need Around the World campaign, which was launched last Ramadan and is still ongoing. The Emirates Red Crescent has also distributed thousands of food parcels to Palestinian families in need throughout a number of villages. Drivers who are fasting on Dubai's roads will get free iftar meals under the latest initiative, while 1,750 iftar meals are to be distributed across a number of bus and metro stations for passengers. The road initiative, under the title of Ramadan Aman, Together Towards an Accident-Free Ramadan, has been launched by the Al Ihsan Charitable Society. The RTA will assist the campaign through its charity bus, which will distribute meals on the roads during the call to prayer, in a bid to help prevent potential accidents. In another initiative under the title of With You, the RTA will distribute Ramadan rations to 200 families in need through its charity bus. The bus will visit a number of communities in Oud Matina, Al Qusais and Old Al Quz. Meanwhile, metro users and bus visitors will also be treated to iftar meals, as 1,750 meals will be distributed to visitors of bus stations in Al Gubaiba, the Gold Souk and Al Uwais, as well as Bergman and Union metro stations. National service for Emiratis will be the making of the country's youth. That's according to a senior official. Staff Colonel Mohammed Al-Mullah of the National and Reserve Service Authority made the remarks and was quoted in a local daily as saying that the general population will see a different side in our youth and that personal improvement will be an added benefit for young people. He added that increased health through physical activity, better teamwork, and an inclination to improve family bonding is an inherently important benefit of the programme. Those being enlisted will receive a text telling them to enrol at one of several centres. Men will be assigned to 3 months of general boot camp at training facilities in Ajman and Al Ain, while women, for whom national service is optional, will train over in Abu Dhabi. This will then be followed by another 3 months of specialised training, where authorities take past experience, professions and areas of excellence into account for assignments. The final phase will see them deployed at institutions, including the Army, the Marines, Air Force, Police, Ministry of Interior and Ministry of Defence. Once participants complete their 9 months, they will then become part of the reserve forces and can be called on each year for training or in the case of an emergency. The Ministry of Labour has decided to replace old plastic labour cards and employment paper contracts with electronic ones. That'll be starting from the 13th of July, off the back of a resolution issued by His Excellency Sakir Gobash, the Minister of Labour. Humaid bin Dimas Al-Suwaidi, the Assistant Undersecretary for Labour Affairs, said that the ministry stopped issuing plastic cards and paper contracts earlier this month as a testing phase to determine and overcome any obstacles. The decision will go into effect as scheduled on the 13th of July. Cards and contracts will be issued electronically within 48 hours from the date of submission and will be valid for 2 years. Officials are urging employers to apply for electronic services within 60 days from the worker's entry to the UAE, where the ministry will grant the applicant a preliminary approval after meeting the conditions. The use of narcotic pills such as tramadol are more prevalent among school and college students in the 14 to 19-year age group. That's according to the Dubai Police. The Department of Toxins examination of the General Department of Criminal Evidence at Dubai Police has examined 14,042 drug and alcohol abuse cases. That's over the past 15 months, as revealed by Colonel Farhad Saif Al-Matawa, the director of the department. He added that 2,986 cases were tested during the first quarter of the year, where 1,867 were drug cases and 1,119 were alcohol abuse. Matawa also stated that there were 2 types of drug tests. One for testing inmates at punitive and corrective departments, where drug users are subject to periodic tests in order to ensure that they do not return to drug use, and also non-periodic tests conducted on suspects caught by the police in various cases. Officials added that parents can even take their children to the forensic laboratory of the Dubai Police for tests if they have any doubts of their children taking drugs, adding that the department will not take legal action if a father voluntarily brings his child in for an examination. Students in the region now prefer education in the UAE over the UK. That's according to a new report. The study released by Alpen Capital shows that population growth and easy access to services has pushed the UAE into the top spot, and it is one of the fastest developing sectors in the world, generating large-scale revenues and employment. Figures released by UNESCO also show that Dubai has now outpaced the UK in attracting students from the Middle East and has become the 3rd most popular destination, followed by France and the US for students from the region. Additionally, Saudi Arabia and the UAE are looking to spend over 20% of their total expenditure on education this year. The report revealed that by 2020, the number of school students in Dubai and Abu Dhabi together is expected to reach 700,000. That's due to stability, population growth, an increasing number of expats, the rising importance of high-quality education in the society, and a growing spending propensity. It added that technology-driven education is an emerging trend in the region, topping the priority lists of governments. Residents in Sharjah use the lowest amount of water per day here in the UAE, as according to the latest study. The Economist magazine's The World in 2014 report shows that the Emirates per capita daily consumption is around 200 litres, less than half the national average, adding that Sharjah's rate is within UN recommendations, mainly due to efforts by the Sharjah Electricity and Water Authority. The report said Siwa's free installation of water-saving devices had slashed consumption by up to 40%. Garda Juma, the director of Siwa's conservation department, was quoted as saying that financially, water production and treatment is expensive. He added that seawater desalination plants consume energy and money, so water conservation relieves pressure on these plants and reduces the financial impact of drinking water treatment. In Sharjah, the conservation initiatives are a part of Siwa's Tarsheed rationalisation campaign, and generally, the biggest water wasters are toilet flush tanks, showers and garden irrigation systems, according to officials. And finally, looking to other news now, budding photographers were in their element this afternoon as the Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum International Photography Award hosted a workshop titled How to Be a Successful Photojournalist by a world-renowned photojournalist. The workshop was led by the legendary Manucha Degati, who is considered to be one of the most well-known and relevant personalities in photojournalism, with a career spanning over 3 decades. Degati told us what it takes to be a photojournalist and how to make your mark here in the industry.
The secret is about having the passion. Photography, especially photojournalism, is about passion. It's not about just a profession. It becomes a profession because you have to live on it. But that passion that takes you to sacrifice your, to travel, to live with people who are suffering, or the opposite, that's the secret. The secret is to have the passion and accept anything that normal people might not accept in their work or job. In photojournalism, you should be ready to leave everything you have, your family, your friends, and go from your place to Africa or even in your place, doesn't matter. So it's like being ready and also having ideas, having, choosing the right stories to tell. Because at the end, the photojournalist is a storyteller, and your story better, it will work better.
The Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum International Photography Award looks to promote Dubai's vision of artistic and cultural excellence, and also hopes to develop and increase awareness of art of photography amongst the local Emirati population. Submissions opened in March this year and will close on the 31st of December. Some of the categories include life in colour, a general category, faces, night photography, and a special award.
By having UAE nationals winner in this competition, and also GCC from GCC, I think we almost helped them in reaching this level of photography. Also by having the awareness of it, as well as reaching to a point that they can be a competitor to some international photographers. We had lots of local who were used to be in this field since a long time, but maybe they didn't have the chance to reach the level of international competition, and also to be a competitor with a very, very famous and mature photographers in the world. Maybe I can see that through HIPA they reach this place, they cross this bridge, and they are already in this level now.